Hello guys, NautoAce here, and of course as of June 23rd, 2021, the MmGS version 2 Thoughts channel 5th anniversary is over. Yes, they did announce about the anniversary a year ago, and the only celebration that I did was putting lots more rewind, especially my very first Thought channel on the 2DS and the new SKU for the Wii U Deluxe. So links in the description box for my very first thoughts on those. And it was the first time I ever did like talking rather than, well, writing it down on whatever social media. Yeah, so the backstory is really about how I created this channel. I wanted to give my thoughts, and I said, sure, why not? You know, finally people get to hear what I sound like. That was the story. And yeah, so anyway, even so, with the anniversary over, I'm gonna extend this a bit with actually two topics, and ending with the origin of the MmGS version 2 Thoughts channel, why I created, how it all began anyway. So with that first, there's going to be 3 videos. So like I said, the first 2 is going to be a 2-parter, and that is, have I ever done a controversial video on YouTube? And believe it or not, yes, I have done. And of course, not just calling out certain communities to some extent. Of course, if you notice certain videos such as the Switch Pro dilemma, and of course limited run game, even so I give props to limited run, I kind of said about people, because there are some people like, oh, we want this game to be in the Switch, i.e. Castlevania Requiem, and then to some extent some people even just straight out, oh, I like limited run because I've seen a lot of videos who basically just they want to showcase their games, and the first thing that some people say, will there be a physical release? I mean, like I said, that's going to be like a follow-up on that limited run video, a response to Xander, but it's a different story there. So anyway, in this rewind, I actually did a controversial, sort of my very first controversial video, and those are actually 3 topics, and this was taken in 2014, so it's been like 6 years or so for this. So the topic was, I kind of call out big YouTuber. Oh, I know, somebody who's like somebody in the bottom of the food chain calling out famous YouTuber, and I shouldn't be doing it, which I'll give my thoughts about that in a different video. But the gist of it, for anyone, if you have a topic that's interesting and you want to kind of like criticize, and that's the keyword, criticize, or giving a critique or being critical to someone, make sure you're respectful and you're considerate and you're not attacking them or insulting them. Criticism doesn't always mean nice, but it's just kind of like you give your 2 cents, and if it's wrong, people will do a follow-up on it. So I'm just saying that. But because there have been some sort of I guess it's always been a thing at internet, heck, even ReviewTech USA even had to dealt with this, that when he called out certain people, not insulting someone, he's just being critical about that person, the fans somehow just get mad, oh, you have no right talking about these people, but we're not insulting the person in hand. Like, for me personally, I want that person to be better. I want it to do good. In my opinion, they sort of made a mistake. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm just giving my 2 cents so that person can do a good job in a future video, whatever. Case with ReviewTech USA, he criticized the guy from The Verge who trying to build a gaming PC. Of course, there was a lot of error, and apparently the fans of this particular person said, oh, you insulted the guy, which he wasn't. But again, you get to see those, like, the pattern there. So going back to 2014, this is my very first critical video about big famous YouTubers. So first of all, Total Biscuit, God bless his soul. If you know what happened to him, yeah, it is, let's just say, it was a sad thing. And I did do a follow-up on that one. I did a closure on that one. So I'll put a link in the description box. The gist of it really is, yeah, it wasn't right like what happened, and yeah, so like everything changed. When I heard about that, I was like, oh man, that's just, it just wasn't right. That just, wow, just wow. So again, I'm just gonna put my video on the description box, the link. And the second one is, again, remind you, this is 2014, Pewdiepie disabling comments on his channel. So this is 2014. At the time, I think Pewdiepie was still like popular. A lot of people follow him. Also, 2021, I don't know what's going on with Pewdiepie. I know I heard some weird stories about him. There have been a stream that he accidentally said a bad word, and then there was even a situation where he was trying to do a joke and then it just went south, and journalists trying to cancel him. I read that like in an article, but in 2014 he was like a cool person. People follow him, young viewers follow him. Again, 2021, I have no idea what it is. I mean, I have never followed the guy, but I don't know what's going on now, so I'm stepping away. And the last one is giving my thoughts on James while he was doing the AVGN movie. So if you follow James, in 2014 he did a movie, and yes, I did finally watch it, and yes, you can watch it for free, but there will be a different video there. So that's basically my very first controversy video. I kind of like call out people being critical. Wasn't insulting them, no threat, nothing. I just being critical. But as expected, probably my wording was piss poor. Probably the messages was muddled. And yeah, some people just were not happy calling me names. But I mean, it is what it is. That's the whole point of the internet. You gotta understand that, be prepared. If you're gonna be critical of someone, be prepared that not a lot of people are not gonna be happy about it. Because again, like, even so you're not insulting anyone, the deal is that you're voicing your opinion about someone, and some people believe that you shouldn't. You should keep your mouth shut. It has nothing to do with you, which is true. But at the same time, if you're a fan of that person, or you think that person is, you know, respectable, why not give them some pointers to some extent? Be critical so they can improve better. There's another guy that I actually did was Mike Ross. I just gave my thoughts about like what he did in the last episode of the Capcom Pro Tour, like a long time ago. And yeah, I mean, the follow-up was he was kind of frustrated, kind of figured. I did a video on that one too, so I'll put that on the description box, the link about it, just to see my opinion about the whole thing. But all the pattern is, there was no hate there. I just want him to do better. That's what it is. So with that, in this one, part one, is I kind of did a follow-up on Pewdiepie, because what he did in 2014 was on his YouTube channel. He did disable comments, and I mean, his reason was legit, because there were some people who were just spamming brofist. There were some putting their links and trying to take advantage of Pewdiepie's famous, so because a lot of people watch it, so links, or so they see the comment, oh look, there's a link, maybe I'll check, you know, check the person's channel. So it kind of got irritated, but like I said, whether people like it or not, netiquette rule 101 is when you disable comments on the place that you're supposed to do comment, to give feedback. I mean, yeah, you can have trolls and idiots, but again, it is what it is. When you kind of disable comments, it kind of shows there's some sort of cowardness in your part, because I don't want that person to fight me back. I don't want to deal with it. I mean, there's some people, there's even certain one, a lot of people universally hate this guy, because the minute you quote unquote be critical of this person gets butthurt. And I'm not going to name names, I don't want more people to know who this person is, but in my opinion, this guy, this person is a loser. Just saying that. But I'm not going to say who, but I can give you a hint. This person likes to talk about the Intellivision Amico. That's it. So with that said, here it is, a follow-up on my thoughts on Pewdiepie disabling comments, because he actually rectified it a bit in 2014 by having a dedicated forum to his video. So yes, I think at the time he still disabled comments on YouTube, but there is in his website, in his forum, like he'll post a video and then, hey, discuss the video, there you all go. So this is my rewind thoughts on that follow-up. Him, PewDiePie, trying to rectify the situation a bit.
Hello guys, NautoAce here once again, and this is part 2 of my controversy vlog follow-up on James's movie, my thoughts on it, and PewDiePie, Total Biscuit, in the treatment to disabling comments on YouTube and to some extent in general. Alright, I did already explain my follow-up on the first part. This particular video is gonna be a new update that happened with PewDiePie, and I'm gonna give you the gist of what happened before if you people don't know what's still going on. Alright, the thing is, first I did a controversial vlog giving my thoughts on James's movie, and also when Total Biscuit, PewDiePie, and the people who were involved with the treatment to Kickstarter, when they had to disable comments, I gave my thoughts about it. And like I said, it was controversial, so for people you really want to listen to it, links gonna be in the description box. But again, like I said, it is controversial, and I can tell you now that some people did listen to it and they were not too happy about it. That's the reason I did a follow-up, and this one's another follow-up because I'll explain it later. So again, if you guys are curious, like a black cat, links on the description box on my thoughts on James's movie or how he dealt with the movie and disabling comments on YouTube. And I'm warning you now, you might not like what I'm going to say, but like I said, I did not attack James, I did not attack PewDiePie, I did not attack Total Biscuit, but I do disagree with what they're doing. But that's just my own opinion, my personal opinion. That's it. So moving on. So why am I doing a part 2 now? Why am I doing a second follow-up on my first follow-up? Well, I was just in Kotaku reading an article, and they have an article about PewDiePie, and apparently he made another video on his channel explaining that his decision, that he did make the right decision, and he was happy for it. Alright, so again, netiquette rule 101, whether it's on YouTube or in any place, any website that requires you to do communication, like you put in comments. When you disable comments for whatsoever reason, and even so, mind you, PewDiePie does have a 100, okay, I take it back, 95% reason why he's doing it. I understand why he did it. I know why he took the guts, took the risk to say, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta disable comments. And I already explained it before in my video before, like my thoughts on the disabling comments. I'll give you the gist of it, and people already know it's a cookie cutter, so I do apologize. When you're not giving your fan your response to it, it basically shows a coward, because then they can't fight. You're not allowing your fans to basically, quote unquote, counter to what you do, give you criticism, or basically for argument's sake. But I know, because there are trolls, there are haters, but it is sad that you're gonna mix the bad with the good, or got to mix the good with the bad, because when push got to shove, if it's really irritating you, you do need to do whatever it takes to basically keep yourself, well, I guess, happy. So I just saw an article about Kotaku about PewDiePie, how he basically said he was so happy that he did the right decision. Do I agree to his decision? No, but I do understand why. And for people who don't know why, one of the biggest problems YouTube, like I said before, is PewDiePie is one of the most popular YouTubers there in when it comes to the video game community. He's like the #1 subscriber, And the problem is he really can't tell from friends to spam. The problem is, like I said before on the previous video, most of he reads is, "Hey bro fist, man." It's like, are you really a fan of him? Are you supporting him, or you just trying to be, relevant, something? So, and there are some people, they're spamming his comment and say, "Hey, if you like PewDiePie, check out my channel. It's also awesome too. It might not be big as PewDiePie, but come on, man. You see this guy, come on, you want variety, blah, 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 blah." So you're basically using PewDiePie to make yourself popular, so you're using someone else. And of course, like I said, people don't like that. And I'll probably talk about that in another vlog. I don't think that's much for controversial. It is an etiquette rule that it is never cool to plug yourself just because someone else is popular. It's never a cool thing. Trust me, I don't do it. And there was a reason why in YouTube they removed video response to some extent. Some people use it for the right reason, but there are people using it for the wrong reason, and that's a problem. And that's why to some extent also some places you can't, you're not even allowed to put links on the comment box, because there is a lot of reason to that. Because again, you're plugging yourself because you're using PewDiePie to plug yourself, or you're just going to be probably sick in the head and put porno links and get the guy in trouble. But that's a different story. So I do understand why. However, what PewDiePie did, actually I commend him. Props to PewDiePie. Okay, he's well aware that he has fans. They want to communicate with him. They want to interact with him. So what do? What's the best thing? Well, it doesn't have to be YouTube. Remember, YouTube is just one place. He has a dedicated forum for his video. There you go. And I think that's even a better move, because that, one, you're in his turf now. It's on his website, his forum, so he has full control. Two, there can be moderator. Three, you gotta follow his rule because you're in his, let's just say, quote unquote domain, in his website, his forum. So there you go. And from what I heard, he actually posts video on the forum and let his true fan post, comment, and talk about it. There you go. Like the old school forums. See, that's not a problem. I've seen them before. They've done them before. Heck, Spax 3 does it with his Game Toon Zone, believe it or not. You want to interact with him? Go to his website. And then, and if you're a hater, you want to spam him, then too bad, then go away. That's the whole point. At least you have full control. I understand, because the problem with YouTube is you have no full control. Even so, you have your own channel, you really can't create your own rule. That's the problem. So you can't say on YouTube, "Oh, don't be a hater, don't post link, blah, 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 blah," because it doesn't work, because YouTube basically won't allow you or something. I mean, to some extent, in Twitch, whether you like it or not, when someone creates a Twitch account, they can do their own rule. So, I mean, I know someone right now, I basically watch his Twitch, and one of his rules is you can't post link no matter what. It may be frustrating if you're being serious, but this person's doing it for safety reason, because he doesn't want people plugging their video or themselves using someone else's fame. Or maybe you're gonna make in porn links, and of course, you're gonna get the guy in trouble. I mean, that happened. I knew friends on forum who got in trouble because they allowed links and porno links, and they got in trouble. So I can understand that. I mean, that's why I understand what PewDiePie did. When he basically does it in his forum, he has more control. In YouTube, the problem is, to some extent, you have no control. That's the thing. So again, it makes more sense. So props to PewDiePie that he actually have a dedicated forum to interact with his fan. But still, when it comes to YouTube, sorry PewDiePie, again, I have to call you out on it. You got a legit reason. 95% I agree with you. Why? But again, it's a sign of coward when you disable comments on YouTube. So you're legit when you're in your own forum, and I commend that again. But when it comes to YouTube, you're a coward on YouTube because you just disable comments. I can't blame you, but again, it's just within the rule, like I said before in my previous video. disabling comments on a site that requires you to communicate is a sign of coward. I didn't make up that rule. That's a common rule. So I mean, it's either one thing: don't be on YouTube, or do something else. Well, unless you can be on YouTube. However, not make it like a main site. I guess use YouTube so you can put up your video and then you embed them to your website. That kind of makes sense. So there you go. But again, I'm sorry to say, when you disable comments on YouTube, you may be a coward on YouTube, but I can say to you, PewDiePie, you're the real bomb, bro fist from me. I know, but you're the bomb, or whatever they call it. I don't know. But you're cool when you're in your own website, because you actually have your own website. You have a forum so your fans can actually interact with you with their video. But on YouTube, it's a different story. So that's just my 2 cents. Again, nothing personal, PewDiePie. Not really a fan of yours, but what you did with the forum, I commend it. Again, thumbs up for me, what you did there. That was actually cool, because at least now you know from spammers, you can separate the spammers to your true fan. Sorry, I'm not a fan of you still, but what you did is awesome. So there you have it. So again, for everyone, if you're a PewDiePie fan and you don't like what I just said, I do apologize. But I'm just giving my thoughts again. I have no problem with PewDiePie. Like I said, what he did, I don't agree with him what he did with YouTube. But by making a forum for his true fans, that's commendable. I agree with that. So that's it for now. That's my controversial follow-up. Like I said to anyone, maybe it's too late now. But this is not okay. Different subject is gonna be in future update, I guess. When my title says controversial vlog, warning, controversial vlog, then you probably know that you might not like what I'm gonna say. But like I said, I don't insult someone. That's not my thing. I don't go insulting. I don't hate on someone. I just want to give my thoughts. But like I said, sometimes people don't agree with it. That's why I call it controversial. I don't want to waste your time. If you're not going to agree with me, just watch something else. Watch my other videos. And of course, it's on Vimeo. That's the reason why. And that's also another thing you got to keep in mind. Any controversial vlog will always be on Vimeo, my alternate movie or video web upload place. So, just letting you know. Okay, now with that, that's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.